what to talk about tonight, because there's so many people on the team that have had really good success, and I couldn't figure out what I could bring to the call that would benefit anybody. So I started doing some research and reading some personal development blogs, and tried working on a little bit of personal development. I'm the type of person, if I start reading a book, I have to read it from cover to cover. It could be a 600-page book, but I have to read it all in one sitting. So I don't always have time for that. So it was easier for me to read some of the blogs and stuff that I had found. And I found some really good ones. But no matter what I was looking at, I was still not sure what to talk about. I came across a video. I don't know if anybody's heard of Coach Jimmy. He has a video out that don't give up too soon. Before I even clicked on the video, I just felt like that was the right thing to bring to the call, because I'd been there. I was ready to toss in the towel shortly after having started. Sorry, reading through my notes real quick. I want to give everybody a little bit of background on myself, kind of explain why I picked the video and why it kind of struck to me, because I was so close to giving up and everything like that. But I didn't. I kept pushing on. Some background info on me. I was a gymnast for 15 years. It was something I was really good at. It was something I really loved. When I was in gymnastics, I was full of confidence. Unfortunately, I had a car accident that had forced me to give up gymnastics. I had lost the use of my right hand for several years. I was not able to walk without assistance, without a crutch or crutches for well over a year. I'd gone through surgeries and therapy and injections and just about anything to get used to my right hand and to walk and everything like that. That ended my gymnastics career. When that ended my career, I had noticed that my confidence had really started to nose. I started making just safe choices all the time. I always took the easier route. I had my son in '95, and I started working at the daycare center because it was safe, it was easy. I was able to do it, and it was safe. I knew it wasn't what I wanted to do. So when Ryan had started first grade, that's when I really decided I needed to make some changes. I just didn't know what. So I started working for my family's business. Back in the 1960s, my grandfather had built a mobile home park in my town, and we have about 480 residents. I don't have the pleasant part of the business. I deal with the evictions, I deal with the violations. I'm constantly having to be a bitch at work. If you ask any of the residents, what do? They tell you I'm the park bitch. Park bitch does not pay well. So I had started looking for different ways to supplement my income. Let's see. So over like the last few years, I've looked and nothing's really appealed to me. There hasn't been any companies that I could do on my time that I believed in. I hate Tupperware. I'm the one that runs to the store in the sweatpants and no makeup. So I mean, that ruled out a lot of different things that are out there. Stephanie had introduced me to Beachbody back in February. We had started our program shortly after that, and I dropped 10 pounds and gained 11, all within the same month. Sam, the program was working good for him. I mean, I saw the progress everybody was having, and I was getting really discouraged because I wasn't feeling I was having that progress. And let's see, sorry, my public speaking isn't up to par. When Stephanie had approached me about the 21-day fix and everything like that, I think I was more interested in losing weight than I was getting involved in the business portion of it. But I did sign up as a coach right away. We got involved, even though I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do, at least give it a shot. And the more I learned about it, the more intrigued I was. And I felt like it was something that I believed in. So I felt like this was what I was looking for. It just wasn't quite working for me yet. And it was really discouraging. I was feeling really down and everything like that because I was seeing everybody's success. But I kept at it, and I didn't give up, no matter how many times I wanted to. Sam had introduced me to somebody else on the tribe that he works with, who also has the same medical condition that I do, which is hypothyroidism. So she had really helped me through a lot of that, and she really helped me not want to give up. Through all the rounds of months before I started seeing any results. And then finally in May, I had finally dropped down 30 pounds between May and the wedding. Oh, I lost you. Sorry. But if I would have given up in the spring when all of this was going on and I wanted to give up, I think I would have missed out on a lot. And I look at my coaching is the same as what I was going through with the program. I may not have the success that many of you have. But if I would have given up with the program earlier this year, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. So I just really think sticking with it and pushing through despite how hard it is and everything. I think with the summer program that we did, it really helped keep everybody on track. It helped a lot with motivation and getting everybody going. I think that really helped a lot of people from not giving up. If I would have given up earlier, I wouldn't be healthy. I wouldn't have met many of you who are absolutely amazing. I've met some amazing challengers, and even the people that have told me no. And it's important to remember that your success isn't going to come overnight. You're going to have to work for it. Learn from the bumps in the road and even from the no's. Just don't give up. That's all I got.
Thank you, Jody. Thank you. So guys, I really appreciate Jody. So basically for where I would say is just don't give up is remember Mike's story. No money made. Jody's lost weight since the condition was more was easily was better directed. But her husband Sam had lost a ton of weight, and just because you're not going as fast as somebody else in this business, you shouldn't give up. It may take some of us longer to have a click, to have that spark, to have that dramatic fast pace, but you have to give yourself that chance. And which is why the self-reflection for tonight is, I'm going to go through some of the questions, and if you can, I would like you to grab a sheet of paper and answer them yourself on a sheet of paper. And this is something that, when I ask you something, I want you to put down what your first thought. And if you showed up to tonight's call, I'm going to give you a little bit of feedback from some of the things that I'm going to make as changes on the team, as I said, based on what I've saw. And I'm asking you as a teammate to make some changes coming up, because I think at the end of the day, if you're not growing in this business, you're going backwards. And it doesn't always have to mean that you're growing on the business front or on the fitness front. Maybe it's the personal front. Maybe you're growing as a person. Maybe you're growing in learning how to become a better speaker. Maybe you're learning how to become a better communicator in general. Maybe, Molly asked if she could say something. So go ahead, Molly. Go ahead.
Hi. I just wanted to add to what Jody was saying about never giving up. She had said in the beginning that she didn't know what she would have to offer to the call because she was seeing all these other people have success. And you're going to go through ups and downs. I had some really great success January through July. I had hit SC5 or 10 every month, and then August came. I had talked to more people than I've ever talked to. I got more no's than I've ever gotten before, and I didn't hit Success Club. And it would have been really easy for me to just say, all right, I'm just going to take a break for a while. But I jumped right back on the horse and just kept going because I want to keep hitting Success Club. So you're going to go through ups and downs. It's important not to let those down times unmotivate you. Use those times to just kind of refocus and get right back into it. Don't stop because they happen and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you. Let me move to my thing to make me the spotlight. So basically, so how would I go about this is I put this questionnaire out because here's the thing, guys. We just hit September. This is historically one of the slower months in a lot of people's businesses for Beachbody. It's a time in which maybe you might have taken the foot off the pedal at some point in the summer or taken the foot off the pedal at some point this year. And this is kind of where it starts showing up because September, October, November are historically not the easiest months. But this is where you have to double down and build yourself momentum so that when January happens, we all know what happens in January, right? Who knows what happens in January? Anybody? Let me see. Hands raised. What happens in January? All right, we're gonna go to where's Rich Aguilar, who's on the call? Cause he's been here for a couple Januaries. Rich, what happens in January?
January, everybody wants to lose weight with their New Year's resolutions, so they're hitting the gym, and it's a good time for us to get the word out and get as many people as we can, and especially if we have a lot of people to approach them with the opportunity, it explodes, basically.
Right. So anybody can make money. I don't mean to put it this way, but you'll be able to fall over money in January, February, March. If you're somebody who takes the foot off the pedal in January, February, March, man, I don't see the growth. In fact, I believe the team we actually doubled the size of our team in January, February, March. We doubled. And if we're going to be moving this business needle forward, you're going to have to put the time in now. Some of you guys were like, it's summertime. I got the kids home. I got things going on. So that's why I wanted to ask this questionnaire. And I asked it to people in various areas in the business to ask them an honest questionnaire. And I'm a firm believer that if you're not going up in every 3 to 6 months in rank, there's something going on in your business that you are not doing. So ask yourself these questions, and then we can work through it. Because trust me, these are things that I've had to work on as well. And I was looking at some of these questions. I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to improve this. So the first thing is the first question was, what are you most excited about in terms of becoming a Beachbody coach? What was most exciting part of it for you? Maybe it was the friendships. Maybe it was saving on programs in Shakeology. Maybe it was the fact that you were going to be able to help people, or maybe it was the fact you're going to build a life-changing income. But it could have been just saving on Shakeology, though. But I want you to ask yourself, what was the most exciting part in terms of becoming a Beachbody coach? And now I want you to ask yourself today, what are you most excited about being a Beachbody coach? You see, this coach questionnaire is, being a coach is, in reality, it's a position. And I want you to ask yourself, am I really a coach? Am I really out there personally trying to help people? Or am I just someone who just posts my work on, hey guys, I'm doing this Beachbody thing. It's pretty cool. Are you passionate about it? Because excited is the key word in that question is, what are you most excited about? Some of you guys might have lost your excitement. You've been in the business for a year. Maybe you haven't had the success you would wanted. Maybe there's things that have come up in your life that have thrown you off track. You've let life distract you. Maybe you didn't hit ranks when you said you were going to. Maybe you set a goal in March or June or, end of summer. Now you have a goal by next summit or something. But here's the thing. What did you do today to get there? And are you still excited about that goal? Next is, what program are you doing? Here's the thing, guys. Being a product is a vital behavior. Are you doing a program? Are you doing something? Guess what? My diet's horrible. I'm going to be honest. I work out. If someone sits next to me, I can keep up. My problem is my diet. Something I decided that I was going to do Body Beast, dieting all the way through. Like I've gone to Trader Joe's and whatever, but I want you to ask yourself, what are you most excited? Are you willing to do a program all the way through and get a transformation? I need to get a new transformation for myself. I've fallen off at times. Also, what's your favorite Shakeology recipe? Are you still excited about Shakeology? Maybe you've got some Shakeology stacked up at your house. Maybe you're somebody who's got too many packets and you're like, I don't know if I can keep affording this. I want you to do this. I want you to have a party. I want you to do a 5-day Shakeology challenge or a 3-day Shakeology cleanse for people offer. Or I want you to put out there, and I want you to try the new protein, the new Energize if you had to, because you know what? If you put your Shakeology at home and you had to try these other 2 products, you still got 90 PV. You got to just make sure you get on HD and then change it over in 2 months. But I don't want you running out, having this stuff stacking up. Because if you're not putting yourself in a position to succeed, if you're not being a product of the product, if you're not trying different recipes, of course you might get tired of it, and of course things are going to happen. But I want you to put yourself in a position to try new things. Question number 3 was, do you start conversations with at least 5 people a day? And it's not just conversations about the business. Do you just start talking to people on social media, 5 people per day? And the reason I ask you that, and it shouldn't just always be your customers, but setting an example of 5 people a day is when you start, I'm not sure if you guys have ever noticed on the Facebook analytics, but a lot of times if you talk to someone a couple times recently on Facebook, what's going to happen is their statuses are going to pop up in your news feeds because Facebook thinks you want to see their stuff more. So you want to talk to at least 5 people a day though. And it can be about anything, forming them, family, occupation, recreation, money, anything you want. But get to know people. Put yourself in a position to want people to be attracted to you. Question 4 is, do you own any wear and share items in regards to Beachbody programs you've done? Write that down. Do you own any shirts? If you don't, why not? A lot of us have kids. We're saying, we got fall coming up and we're going to be going to the kids' soccer practice or football practice or whatever it may be. Dance recitals. And I want you to ask yourself, am I really do I have something that I can wear sometimes to these when I bring my kid to practice to where maybe a mother or father might say, hey, I've heard of that Beachbody stuff. Have you ever gone there even brought packets? Say, hey guys, just so you guys know, that you moms out here, I'm going to be having a challenge. It may not be for you, but here's a free sample packet. I got a free challenge coming up with Beachbody On Demand. I want to invite you to join me because, I think it'd be really cool to get in shape at the same time and kind of build a community of moms and dads as you go through this. Do that. Give that a chance. Wear and share though. Allow people wear Beachbody. I wear Beachbody stuff every day when I leave the house. Like no joke. I have like 15 shirts. And I don't like to leave the house unless I'm wearing some just in case somebody says, hey, is that insanity? Did that work? And talk to them about it. Next thing is, have you ever posted before and after picture on Facebook in regards to a Beachbody program you completed? This is something that a lot of us may or may not feel comfortable about. And you know what? I want you to know that anybody who knocks you, you probably should delete from your page for exposing yourself in your vulnerable state. But you will find that you'll find more supporters than you could believe by being vulnerable on Facebook with how you look. And if you've completed a program, whether it be 21-day fix or it could even be the 3-day refresh, complete a program. Put yourself in the position. It's a vital behavior. Make it happen. Even if it's just the 30-day on demand, do Brazilian butt lift. Maybe it's not as intense, but you'd be surprised. You do that pencil test, you're going to get a lift in there. 6, is, again, have you been vulnerable on Facebook and posted something intimate about your life journey? How have you changed as a person? How's your relationships changed? I want to have positive things. If this business is becoming a strain on your relationship at home, because I'll be honest, there's been times in which you might go through a time where your relationship at home is getting a little strenuous. How many of us have ever had an argument with our spouse because we might be, quote unquote, working too much on our business? You know, some of us might have experienced that. It's okay. I want you to start setting yourself a guideline of this is the hours I'm going to work. And anything after it, they can wait 24 hours unless it's a coach app. If it's somebody signing up at that moment, for sure signing up, guess what? You can take 15 minutes out of wherever you're doing to go do it. But I want you to really stick to your office hours and be consistent and tell your spouse this is the only time you're going to see me working. Now, some of us need to have the conversation with our spouses about I don't mean to put it this way, but a lot of us I've heard say, well, you know, this is the time that I'm putting my kids to bed and my spouse doesn't like to do that. Your spouse can do it for a team call once a week. That's something I got to say. Your spouse can step up. It's his children or her children too. And I don't mean to say it. I feel if it's just you taking a little time for them to build a better relationship with your kids, something you might have to do. But you do need to make sure you're, doing that. 7, what are 5 things that make you unlike about Beachbody coaches? Well, one of the things was a concern was I hate seeing Beachbody coaches posting stuff about Beachbody on their page. And my answer is this, it's that vulnerability where we share our journey that we share on Facebook. If you guys watch my page, I don't always post, if you don't want to post about Beachbody necessarily, I do a lot of self-development. I read a lot, I grab things, and honestly, when I find a post that I put out there that has attracted a lot, because I'm sure you guys have seen things that have attracted, that you've posted yourself that's gotten a lot of attention. Like maybe it might have been something personal you wrote or something like that. Maybe something that's gotten a lot of likes. Maybe it was a picture you shared that was just funny. I like to save those in a folder on my computer, and I'll repost those again a month later. Because honestly, how many of you guys remember somebody else's Facebook post a month later? Anybody? If you guys really remember something a month later that you guys read on somebody's page, probably not. So keep that in mind. Another questions, and this is something I want you to ask your coaches. This one was a big one, and I think it's really, really important. Have you done a Coach Basics? If not, why not? Now, Coach Basics could be going through the Coach Basics with Tracy Morrow. It's a 2-month move on a daily basis. They just post a video, and we have a Coach Basics 101, 201, and 301. Have you gone through that, or have you done Building an Empire? Building an Empire might be an intense class, but I mean, honestly, how many of you guys feel that took Building an Empire that it was not worth the time investment that you were given? It's okay to raise your hand. You can help me improve things. But if you took the Building an Empire and you disappeared after the first week, maybe you got sick, maybe you had something happen to your kids, maybe something happened, and I ran that for 3 months straight, and you couldn't find a time to get back involved, well, that's something that's your own fault, that you're holding yourself back on this business. And I think that, I'm going to offer it once a month, again, for a short time period. And because I believe I have the leader ability, I believe that you have the ability to be a leader of yourself. Maybe I'm giving more credit that's out there than deserved. I believe in you, and I want you to believe in yourself that you're going to go through and take advantage of opportunities to learn when it's put out there. But if not, why not? Ask yourself, why haven't I taken the Coach Basics? Why didn't I ask my Diamond coach or my coach to put me in this Coaching 101? Why have I not reached out to my Star Diamond coach mate? Or why haven't I reached out on the tribe and said, what's this Coach Basics? What's this Building an Empire? I didn't know. I just offered the Building an Empire this week. I had 0 respondents sign up. And that to me was concerning because we've had about 50 new faces. And I've worked with my personal sponsored coaches one-on-one. So as the time was on away that the Building Empire was to go on, I retaught it one-on-one at their pace. And I found that the people that I taught at their pace didn't finish as quickly. In fact, some of them still haven't finished, and it's been a month and a half. That's why I do the class. It helps me find my gold ships. Next thing is, have you ever run a challenge group? Meaning, have you ever taken with your coach, your personally sponsored coach, whether the one above you or the one below you, and say, you know what, let's start our own group. Let's run a group together and see what we can do. And set a goal to fill that group up with 30 customers as quickly as possible between the 2 of you, 3 of you, 4 of you, or 5 of you. Don't go above 50 unless it's like a summer on demand type thing where they're not really paying you or anything. But have you run a group of that nature? Because if you're not running challenge groups, that's the secret sauce of Beachbody. That's where we get this emotional connection to us, the program, and connection to coaching. You see, people that are going to join, how many of us when we signed up as a coach had some of an emotional connection to the Beachbody workouts? Anybody have an emotional connection to the workouts? How many of us felt that we truly had been part of a community that cared about helping us complete our program? People that were commenting on our things. So if you're not running a group, I mean, if you need help finding a group, I'll throw you in with 5 people that say they're going to work just as hard as you. But here's the thing. You have to do your part. There's a Michael Neiman video about cycling bonuses. And it's all about the WWE wrestlers and whatever and all these action figures. And it's really, really cool. But, you know, it's that teamwork that makes this dream work. It's that teamwork that we all build together. Put it this way. I didn't sponsor Molly, but she's been, as she said, she's hit some Success Club so many months this year. Guess what? Everybody between me and Molly all had the ability to benefit from it, from being Emerald. You know, and as we've added coaches underneath Molly, Molly's had the ability to benefit from that as well. If you've dropped Emerald and you've been in this business for 3 years, you got to ask yourself, have I been really pushing myself out there? Have I been vulnerable? Have I really been trying? Have I really given myself every chance to succeed? Next thing is, do you get on the team call every Tuesday? And if not, why not? Do you connect with your success partner to go over it? First off is, how many of you guys don't have a success partner out there? Raise your hand. It's okay to raise your hand if you don't have a success partner. And your success partner should be someone other than your coach. Your personally sponsored coach for some reason, your good diamond coach, your personally sponsored coach, for some gosh darn reason, you just don't want to listen to. And I'm going to take a couple of names. If you can, shoot me a text or shoot me a message on Facebook tonight saying, hey, I need help finding a success partner. But here's the thing about being a success partner. The 2 of you are going to talk on a weekly basis. That's going to be a 15, 20-minute conversation just about your business, what's been working for you, what's not, what your struggles are, and you guys are going to be each other's moral support, your crutch. Again, this business is about communication and trust. I got to tell you, the day you stop talking to your sponsor, what's happened is you've hit the point where you've just become uncoachable, or they're, you know, it's like, how many of you guys have ever watched NFL football or basketball or something in which the coach gets fired? Let me tell you, eventually you'll probably hit that point with your sponsor coach. There's going to be a point you're going to hit with me. And that's okay. But I want you to know you're going to have that time where you have it with your coaches that you sponsor. You can't only coach the ones that want to be coached. But I want you to ask yourself this. If you're not showing up to Tuesday night calls, are you running your own Tuesday night calls? How many of us are taking advantage? Say, you know what, the team runs a Tuesday night call, but for my personally sponsored coaches, I'm going to run a consistent Sunday night call, or a Monday night call, or a Thursday night call, or whatever night you feel that your team can make it to. There was 20 people on this team call tonight. I'm really, really proud of the people that showed up. And I'm really proud. I'm actually recording tonight's call because I'm making sure we put this in the tribe, because I think it's very important that everyone gets to see how important these calls are. I don't record them too often, but I feel that there were some things that had to be discussed. I want you guys to start running your own calls, taking the opportunity to run a call. I've been giving some of you guys the opportunity to talk on the team calls here. Some of you guys have come very prepared. Some of you guys thought you'd wing it, and sometimes you struggled. You know what? It's all a learning process. But when you run your own team call, I'll tell you something. You come prepared usually. You don't usually have too many calls where you're like, well, I was mumbling, stumbling, or whatever, because you don't want to be that for your team. And I want to encourage you to start being a leader, because you can, you will, and if you want to get paid in this business, you must. You must be willing to pick up the phone, be willing to show up on camera. You must be willing to expose yourself on your weaknesses. Let me tell you, I sucked at team calls when I started. I'm surprised anyone even showed up. But I took a stature and faked it and said, you know what? I obviously know more than they do, though, because at the time, I did. I've been in the business longer. I made more mistakes. So I was hoping to raise the curve. But I want you, if you're not making a team call, develop your own team call and get your coaches on it, darn it. Because you know what? You need to become a leader. You need to stop sitting on the sidelines and start making it happen for yourself. The next question is, do you post on Facebook 2 to 3 times a day? Now, you can do 2 to 3 posts on Facebook by there's a little timer on your post. And in the morning, you can post 3 separate posts for the day on Facebook. Make one of them face a Beachbody one. The other 2 can be self-development, a joke, or maybe some of your kids or whatever. You can still post from your phone throughout the day when you have different things hit your mind. But you need to have 3 posts a day on Facebook if you want to show up on somebody's algorithm. And you have to have them at different times and whatever. You can set the timer on there, though, to have it show up at different times throughout the day. So you can put, like, I'm going to have a post show up today at 4 p.m., tomorrow, and tomorrow morning I'll wake up at 8 a.m. and I'll have a post at 8 a.m. the first one, and I'll set a post to go up at 9:30, 11, 2, or whatever. And I'll put 4 or 5 posts out there, and it'll just pop up throughout the day. You need to get yourself out there and get posts on your Facebook, though, because otherwise people aren't going to know and engage. 2 is don't make your posts all about Beachbody, but have Beachbody be a part of your posts. Work within to bring people in to know that you're serious. So do you post at least once a day about your Beachbody journey? That could be what you're eating, maybe a vulnerability. Maybe you got stuck. Maybe you're someone like me who have reached out to Coach on the team saying, I've already said, I'm doing Body Beast and Asylum right now. I just started 2 days ago. I've done 3 days in a row, and I'm going gung-ho with it. And, maybe you're someone who's going to expose your vulnerability to people. So, guys, I know I'm a Beachbody coach, but I recently fell off. And I'm looking for people who are willing to cheer me on my journey. Tommy Migrant puts posts out there. You'd be surprised. I think he puts it out there like once every month or 2. I'll see a post, oh, guys, I fell off again. He's fallen off like 25 times since I've watched his page. I'll go to his page. He has his page public, and I'll just look at his status. He doesn't do business posts at all. And he goes, what I mean by business posts, he doesn't do boosts. It's not a like page. It's the actual page. And all of a sudden, he'll see all these people that cheer him on and say, I'll join in on you, Tommy. I'll help you out. Sometimes a coach needs help too. And that's what you got to realize, that you're not an expert. We all fall off. We all have vulnerabilities, but it's what we do together. Question 13 is, have you ever gone to a Super Saturday event? If not, why not? Now, I was surprised by the number of yeses. I was impressed by the number of yeses we had, but I do know it's a very large percentage of coaches we have that didn't go to Super Saturdays before. Now, everyone who's gone to a Super Saturday, I'm going to call on Amy. What was your experience with Super Saturday?
Well, I've been to 2 so far, and I got to meet Celebrity Eddie.
I wish.
The first time. And then when I went to Indy, Carl Daikeler and Tony Horton were both there. So that was really cool. I didn't get to meet them, but, they were there, and I got to listen to them talk and work out with them. And, I had a great time.
Thank you. So, Super Saturday is a place to connect and get connected to the business. You'll hear the CEO talk. You'll hear the passion in his voice, and hopefully that passion will transform into your business. Don't miss Super Saturdays. Plan to leave your kids at home. Go to Super Saturday. Bring people with you. Some of you guys have missed, if you've been in the business for 3 years, you miss 50% of Super Saturdays and you don't bring guests. Where's your passion? You should show up. That's an easy way to gain a coach. If you bring a person to every Super Saturday, I have a good shot to say that 70% of the people that I've brought have signed up as coaches. Now, that's not going to happen every time, but you want to increase your numbers that you can bring, and you'd be surprised by what happens. Next part is, have you attended Coach Summit? Are you registered for Coach Summit 2016? If not, why not? Have you put yourself on the wait list? Some of you guys, I don't mean to say it, but Beachbody's becoming more competitive, and it's becoming a more exclusive club. And those who don't act in the now will be left behind in the dust. Some of you guys have been coaches for 3 years, and you took the first year and you didn't really do much. You took the second year, you said, I'm going to be diamond this year. I'm going to do something. I promise you. I'm going to be wearing something. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be leading the team. And guess what? It fell flat. And that's okay. We're here to pick each other up. But here's the thing. Are you falling flat because your lack of a why? Are you falling flat because your lack of passion? Are you falling flat because you're not really serious about the goals you're set in front of you? Are you really out there truly trying to help people? Because I know a lot of us aren't motivated by helping people. And those who are motivated by helping people, I want you to listen and write this down. If you are a pearl personality, a whale, I'm not calling you a whale. It's in the book, Building an Empire. If you read it, you know. If you're a blue, there's an audio. I want you to go on YouTube. And it's called The Go-Giver. And I want you to listen to it and know that making money isn't a bad thing. And I think some of you guys need to hear this in your life. Churches all over the world make money and they're out to help people. Why not you? So I want you to start thinking about that and self-reflecting yourself. Say I want to help people. How many people have I truly tried to help this month? How many conversations did I initiate? And if I didn't go to Summit again, I have a whole year to plan to go to Summit. Have I planned it into my budget? Have I taken that leap and said, I'm going to make the money go? I'll remember, again, Amy didn't make any money in the business at the point she went, but after coming out of Summit, she had this burning desire. Same thing with Manta. Manta made friends on that trip where they were jumping up on the bed, her and Kristen Hayes, taking all these pictures of each other, and it was just like, they had a great old time. They're like success partners now, and the relationships you can mold in this event can be a game changer if you put yourself in that position. Next one, again, do you have a success partner? Do you have someone that you can talk to outside of your personally sponsored coach and somebody outside of your, if not your personally sponsored coach, do you have someone that you can bounce ideas off of? Because you know what, this business is rough. And sometimes we need somebody to talk to. Sometimes we need somebody to say, hey, I'm kind of struggling here. And that person's going to be your cheerleader. Because you know what? I want you to raise each other up, your success partner and you, to help each other get diamond. I want you to make a promise that I'm not going to quit on you and you're not going to quit on me. And we're going to help each other and we're going to cheer each other on and we're going to celebrate each other's diamond when we get there. Because you know what? I got to tell you that some of you guys, I've been a coach and I've tried my hardest. And I have. And you know, maybe I'm not the right coach for you always, but you got to find someone to talk to sometimes. And you need to find someone to build a relationship with and say, you know what? I need help. But some of you guys need a firm talking to too. Somebody who's going to hold you accountable what you say. So that person who doesn't benefit from you financially in any way, shape, or form, they're going to give you the blunt truth. Because how many of us really want to hear from somebody that truly is going to give it to us straight, that doesn't have any benefit from us doing well? I think that's pretty good assessment, because a lot of you guys see me and like, well, he just tells me that because he wants to make money. No, I want to help you. Duh, yeah, I'm going to make money if you benefit possibly. Yeah, some of you guys, I have so much volume on my right side. Literally, I'm not going to make money off you for like 3 years. I got a lot of catching up to do. There's so much volume over there. But I mean, it's not about making money off you. It's about the partnership. Some of you guys are benefiting from the number of coaches I've added under your organization over time. And I want you to know that you have this ability. Maybe you're somebody who's an insider. Like, guess what? You need to become that leader. You got to step up. Another question was, do you do personal development? And if not, why not? Well, how many books have you read this year? How many audios have you listened to? How many have you gone on YouTube and researched other coaches to see what they say and do? That's how I mean, some of you guys might have seen when I posted where Randall actually shared, he got the P90X, friends of friends doing P90X. He posted that. All of a sudden, we got all these. He's been prospecting like a madman. He's had a couple of customers a day. Sometimes I've seen him add as many as 3. Are you putting yourself in a position? Are you checking in the tribe every day? Are you looking at the tribe and seeing what type of information is being put out there? Are you staying engaged? I'll tell you, Micah on the team, she had literally when she had gone in the tribe, she started looking at every video, every file. She went through everything. Then she went on YouTube and looked who the top coaches were and tried to look at their training. Micah is 2 Success Club points from joining Beachbody only 3 months ago and earning her free ticket to Summit in her first 3 months. I'm going to tell you the truth. She's going to be the first coach on our team to ever have done that. Are you taking that serious learning approach to your business? Are you putting yourself to understand the passions that go into these things? Are you looking at other methods, or are you just waiting for Eddie or your diamond coach or your sponsor to say, hey, you need to listen to XYZ? Are you going to Network Marketing Pro yourself and listen to Eric Worre? Are you going to invest in events? I got to tell you, I met Rich Aguilar for the first time at a Danny Johnson event. And you know what? It wasn't a cheap trip. It cost about $1,200 to go to. And I can tell you, though, going to it, I'm sure Rich came out with loud knowledge. Rich, you remember Danny Johnson. What'd you learn from it?
Well, learn the gems. She goes through that, and she goes pretty deep into it, so you can recognize the personalities and know how to approach them, because she goes through different scenarios with each gem on how you would go about appealing to them. So yeah, I got a lot out of it, and it was just great to get together with you and everybody.
Awesome. So if you're not doing personal development, and be willing to invest in classes, how many of us went to college or ever took a college class? You know, you're going to have to invest in your own education. Some of you guys won't listen to me. I don't mean to say it. You're like, well, I paid my $140 and I paid for my Shakeology, but you know what? I mean, invest in going to see an Eric Worre seminar. He's got a seminar in October in Las Vegas. Invest in different things. Look for these things that are getting promoted out there in the industry and find tools to help you grow your business and team. Put your team, say, hey, you know, like me, I told the team a year and a half ago, and I got to go to another event coming up, but I got Beachbody Leadership and I got some other things coming up, but I'm going to make an effort to go to another self-development event. And I'm going to put it out to the team saying, hey, I'm going to be going to this. If you want to join me, join me. It's not on Beachbody, but I want to learn the business better. I need to get better at myself. So many guys look at me and say, Eddie, you're great at the business. You came up with these systems. Yes, but if I'm not learning and growing, I'm going backwards. How many of you guys are willing to invest in your business to learn from somebody other than me? Or willing to go in and learn from your business, invest in somebody beyond? You know, you put it out. Danny Johnson used to say, you put $1,000 into this business, guess what? You're really plugged in. If it's all at once, you're like, you come out of this event, you're listening, you're taking notes, you're buying recorders, I'll be honest, Danny Johnson sold me like $2,000 of material when I went to go singer. And I didn't use all that material, shame on me, but I walked out of it, I'm like, you know what, I got to give him this money back. I'm down $3,000 in the hole. I've only made, at that time when I first saw Dan Johnson, I'd only made like $800 in the business. And I went off and put out $1,200 the first time I got to see her, plus an extra $2,000 in her home business-based kit. And I'll tell you, like, it was all of everything I heard at her seminars. It was amazing. But you need to be willing to put yourself into the position to invest in your education to grow your business. Just like they say you need a master's degree to possibly get into the next rank. I'm not saying you have to go to these events. But I can tell you, if you look at the top coaches, they invest in developing their personal development. They learn from other people other than the person they did, and they try to shorten the wheel because there's other people in other industries. And there's Advocare, there's Herbalife, there's It Works, there's whatever. And, you know, these people don't have the ability to just use social media like we do. So you got to go and learn these other tools. And if you can't always get it from me, maybe going to an event and practicing or seeing it in live in action at times can help you. So if you can, look for things like that. Maybe it's in your local area. Maybe it's not. You might have to go out of state for a night or two. But it's worth the investment. If you've done personal, please list the books and topics you've read and listened to. If you read something, it's emotional. If you watch a video. Nathan Smith has been phenomenal. When he's watched something and he's found it passionate, he found it worthy. How about this? He's always posted a video. When you post a video in the tribe, say, hey, guys, I believe this video can help you if you're struggling with XYZ. Or I believe this video will help you if it's doing this. You know, I pretty much watch every video before you post in the tribe, and I'll see if it's really going to be making a difference. Post things like that. Share with the team. Create your own tribe outside of the tribe for you to connect with your own coaches and say, hey, guys, this was what I was trying to be vulnerable. Say, hey, you know, I was struggling with this. You know, but I was listening to this audio, and maybe you're on the same path as me. Maybe you're on the same struggles. Maybe this can help you as well. That's leadership. Ask yourself this today. What is one wish you wish could be granted by Beachbody, and what was it? You know, somebody told me at one time, I want to knock down my kitchen and knock down my house because I just don't like it. Truth is they were told they had to make $1 million before they could do it. That person, guess what? They're a long way from there. So, you know, they might be waiting 30 years to remodel their kitchen. So they better find a new why, something that's really going to drive them, because what's been going on lately ain't been enough to move them. They could probably change their kitchen as it is. What are some of your biggest passions outside of Beachbody? What are you passionate about? And how can those passions combine with Beachbody? Like me, I'm really passionate about, truthfully, I love to compete. That's something I'm passionate about. I like being really good at what I do. I hate being just average. I don't know about you, but how many of you guys would like to say you look like an average person? How many say, oh, they look average? How many of you guys want to be told you look average? How many want you to be told your work ethic is average? Anybody? How many of you guys want to be told you are an average person? No, I'm fucking extraordinary. Gosh darn it. Excuse my language. I mean, I swear on the recording. But, you know, I'm extraordinary. Have that attitude. Be excited. Get pumped up. Know you're the best coach that could come into somebody's life. Because you know what? It's going to be amazing that if you could touch and light a spark at someone and they go off and pay it forward, and then they pay it forward, and guess what? Somewhere in your downline you find a 5, 10, 15, certain. Maybe you find someone 50 times better than me. How would you like to know you were the spark that helped ignite that, or part of that spark that got carried forward? Seriously. Power to. We will eventually find 15-star diamonds in this organization. I have no doubt. But you have to get yourself a couple coaches first. And you need to be invested. You need to show them that you're invested. You need to train them. You need to be on top of them at first as a coach. And some of us as coaches, we struggle with this. We need to be firm with our coaches at first. Because they are so scared they don't know what the hell they're doing. You're going to give them some assignments. And you'll be like, listen, I need you to watch this. Until you're done with it, we don't talk. I need you to take this class. I need you to really take it seriously because the guy who's studying it or the woman who's studying it is going to make a difference. It's going to raise your – and when you go to that class, I get things happen. You may get really sick. And if you were given the chance to take the class again, take it the first chance you have. Don't wait 3, 6, 9 months to do it. Because if you do I really get excited about you? Probably not. Somebody else isn't probably getting excited either because you're not excited about yourself. This is your passion, your dream, your why, you're this. I'm not your boss. I'm a mentor, and I'm somebody who's there to help you. But I want you to be passionate because I believe so much in so many of you. I wish you could believe in yourself. One of the biggest things, I'm in this BB study group for 5-star and above, and the biggest issue they find on their teams is we lack confidence and belief in ourselves. If you're somebody like that lack passion for you, I want you to buy a book and write this book down. It's called You're a Badass. You're a Badass. And I want you to really check out this book. You know, I think it's called You're a Badass or I'm a Badass or something like that. But I want you to to work on your confidence level. And also know that your confidence only going to grow from continuously working in the business. I can tell you Molly, who's kicked ass in the business this year, when she first started actually working the business, she probably wasn't the most confident initially out the gate. But if you put yourself in that position, your confidence is going to grow. Amy told me she doesn't even mind hearing no's anymore. Oh, that's okay. I'll find you again. I'll see you in a couple months. I'm really proud to hear that because you know what? You got to get through those things. You know, we're going to go through this. Some of those months that you're going to work the hardest, you may not realize this, but you planted some major seeds and that are going to harvest in the future. But you got to keep out there. You got to keep yourself in the position to show up. Next thing is so if you're not what are you doing currently for work? And what are the things that your job, how this can coincide? Maybe your job, you're helping people. That's how you can coincide. You just are really good at helping people at Beachbody, perhaps. Maybe you're somebody at your job who is a very technical job, so explaining things. Well, maybe you're better at training people. Maybe you're in a job in which your job is sales. Well, now you're looking to find a connection of somebody to help them develop a memory with the program, and what coaching has helped them do. And if you do your job as a coach, you develop an emotional memory for this person to the programs, they are going to join you in this. Yeah, GoPro is a great book, Ken, as well as I like GoPro as well. So yeah, I mean, you're going to put yourself in this position though. But how do you what is you do in your work? Maybe you're a corporate recruiter. Maybe you're a secretary. Remember, maybe you're a server. You got to ask yourself, what am I doing to service others? How am I building this business through? What are the similarities of this coaching business? And if you don't really know, reach out to your Diamond Coach. They can probably show you how things that you do in your daily tasks can go and coincide with Beachbody. Because we all got into our work probably because we enjoy it. And I'm not saying you're going to quit your job because truthfully, most of us don't want to quit our jobs. Most of us want to do this on top of our jobs as something fun, but we want to make an impact and a difference in other people's lives. Because when we die, how many of us want to be known for making a difference in someone's life? I know I do. I want to know that I helped change someone's life. I want to know that, again, I've lit a spark and it's grown into, my downline in total is 818 people today. And I know that some coaches have gone off and built their own team like Kelly Germain and gone off and do some amazing things. But I want you to know that you want to light a spark like that as well. And to where this person carries that torch and takes what you've taught and improves and grows a team from that. Another thing I want you to, in self-reflection is, I want you to truthfully be honest with yourself is, on a scale from 1 to 10, how serious are you about wanting to build a Beachbody business? Now, this is something that concerned me because I heard a lot of 7s and 8s, but I also heard some 4s and 5s. And if you're a 4 or a 5 about building a Beachbody business, it's great to say you want to do and you're going to be an 8, but if you're an 8, you better be putting 8 effort. If you're a 4 and a 5, I want you to truly ask yourself, is this necessarily the business for you? You know, and there's nothing wrong. I'm not here to have you be part of something that you don't want to be a part of. Maybe you just want to make a difference in a couple people's lives. But if you're not serious about building a business, you know, when I hear somebody say they're an 8 or a 9 or a 10 about building a business, I ask them how many exposures they have later on, which is one of the questions. And it's one of the next things. You know, so how serious about building a business, 1 to 10? When you give me a 4 or 5, well, then what are you doing to get yourself? How are you improving your passion, and why did you become a coach? You got to look at question number 1 again, which is what made you passionate about becoming a Beachbody coach? What inspired you to do it? And why is that? Why is your spark flamed down? Is it a lot of times we find our fire die out because we are adding wood to the fire? How many of us have ever built a fire in our backyard or out in a forest or something? Anybody ever light up some wood, have a bonfire around and sat around, had a couple beers or something? The thing about sparking a fire is you have to continue to feed the flame. You got to feed it. And you're going to be feeding personal development, people you help, reaching out to people. And sometimes somebody's negative energy or telling you no might dampen your excitement. The thing is, you have to grow above and beyond it. You have to grow through it. And you got to be willing to put things into it. But if you got to get yourself into a position to grow it, because if you're not passionate, are you going to find passion-driven people? Because if you're not passionate about it, if you're not passionate about building, if you're not passionate about helping people, if you're not passionate about, truthfully, profiting in this business, you're not going to attract people like that. You want to become an attraction. And people want to know. I don't think anybody will ever doubt that I'm passionate about Beachbody. Next question is, are you willing to commit 7 hours a week to your Beachbody business? And how much of this time is purely dedicated to reaching out and finding new people to share the programs and the opportunity with? I would say 80% of the time. But if you're not putting 7 hours a week, it's really hard for me to say you have a part-time business. Because 7 hours is a minimum of what I believe it will take to truly grow this. That means you might get up a half hour earlier, go to bed a half hour later if you have kids. They may take making that you worked on your lunch hour. As you ate your lunch at your desk, you start prospecting at work. That may take you literally going to the gym and talking to people for a half hour after you get done with your workout. After you brought your DVD player or your phone, you did the program, invited somebody to join you for a workout. But you got to ask yourself, how many hours am I really, how much time am I really truly putting myself out there to? Give you guys a little example is I personally, just to show you like prospecting numbers, I've been on Twitter for 2 years. As of this morning, I have 19,600 tweets. 19,600 tweets. Some of you guys might think that's an incredibly large number. How many of you guys think 19,000 tweets is a lot? Now here's something that's crazy. I've done less than 30 tweets a day on average. If you were to take that 19,000 divided by 700, that's less than 30 tweets a day. 30 invites a day. Now, I've taken days off from Twitter to go to other social media systems, but I want you to know that success leaves clues. And you know what? If your success leaves clues, so if you're not out there inviting, you're just not doing it. I got to tell you, Randall's been out there like a beast. I see Randall, but here's one advice. Randall, if you're on Twitter, bro, don't try to build such a deep relationship on Twitter. Get them on your Facebook. Get them on an account, because I've seen so many people and never ask somebody if they have a Beachbody coach. You know? Oh, and the book is You Are a Badass. I'll post that in the tribe. Thanks, Randall. That's something you can do. But I need you to put yourself out there. Next question, and this is if you're serious about the business. How many people on average per month do you share the opportunity with? How many people are seeing that coaching opportunity video on a monthly basis? Now, if you're somebody struggling to hit Success Club, if you're somebody struggling to hit this stuff, I want you to ask yourself, I had somebody tell me I share with 5 people per month. And this is, I'm not naming names or anything. You know, my response is if you're sharing with only 5 people a month the opportunity, 1 out of 10 people join a network marketing opportunity of some form. 10% of our country have joined a business opportunity. Whether it be Avocare, Mary Kay, you name it, you know, ACN, something out there, 1 out of 10. I believe 4 out of 10 people that buy and finish a Beachbody program will become coaches. I believe 20% of people who ever buy a Beachbody program, period, will buy a program again. And I believe that if you truly help somebody get through it, you can combine those two in the same month and they will become a coach within 90 days. I need to know, though, if you're only sharing the opportunity 5 times a month, if 1 out of 10 people join a business of our type, 1 out of 10, and you're only sharing 5 people a month, that means you're going to average 1 coach every 2 months. How many of you guys really feel that 1 out of, and here's the other thing, most people say no 5 to 12 times before they say yes. So if you're only sharing 5 people and you're hearing those 5 no's and you're sharing it once, you're going to have to approach these 5 people 12 more times possibly to get them to say yes. Because how many of us said yes the first day we were approached about coaching? 1. I only see 1 hand raised. You know? First time we had to be prodded. We had to be pushed. We had to get – and here's the other thing. Be aggressive. I know it's not a lot of our nature, but you have to be a little pushy sometimes. Chaylene Johnson talked about on her Periscope call like 3 weeks ago. I listened to randomly. And she talked about why she's pushy. Because you know what? If you're not pushy to help people see their growth, they're just not going to take the leap. And you know what? You got to be a little pushy sometimes. Be positive, but be pushy. Be aggressive in your follow-ups. Be aggressive about sharing the opportunity. Just today, I shared the opportunity. Somebody called me up and they said, "Hey, man, I'm going to do it. Just give me a week or 2, possibly. I just cleared it with the wife. You know, we just paid off our mortgage. We'll pay for it next month on the next check." I'm like, cool. Let's do it. But you have to be aggressive and pushy. So again, if you're only sharing with 5 people a month, I think you should be sharing with at least 5 people a week. I personally share the opportunity video at least 3 to 5 times per day. And that's why I've sponsored so many people, because I don't worry about the no one. My job is to market the opportunity as well as the products. Question number 24 was, how many 3-way calls have you done? If you've never done a 3-way call, why not? Seriously, why not? What holds you back? Get yourself in that position. What do you need from a mentor in a business? This is something I took away. And some of the people said, oh, I need somebody who's going to hold me accountable and be firm with me. And I'm like, what have I been doing for the last? I'm a firm coach. Some of you guys may not like what I have to say. I'm very blunt. I don't pull punches. I might coddle. I don't like to coddle too much because I'm like, listen, it's either you're doing it or you're not. Maybe you had those one-on-ones with me. Those who did one-on-ones with me for a while, do you feel they benefited, honestly? Do you feel it helped you keep on track? Maybe you need to find that, again, maybe you need to do that for your coaches. But I think that, you know, if you're going to give me something to help as a mentor, I need you to give back as well to show that my mentoring's working. Or your coach needs to see that as well. And be honest. Tell them, you know, on day one, I always tell people when I sign them up what I expect. I expect you to be active. I expect you to, if you have any questions, reach out to me because I don't have ESP. And I expect you to truly want to work your business because I will match you step for step for your efforts and then some. But it's whether you're going to do your part. Again, teamwork makes the dream work, and I can only do so much, but I need you to be aggressive. Again, be aggressive for my time, but you're going to earn my time as well because if you're not doing things to really propel your business, I get things are going to happen. You may have some marriage problems going on. You're going to get distracted. Maybe your kid got sick, and I get that. You got to find ways to find little areas, and I can be understanding. I had a coach tell me the other day that I wasn't able to be communicated with. You know, she wouldn't respond to me for a month. And finally I just said, hey, you know, you've been inactive. You won't respond. I'm removing you from the tribe. And she goes, all of a sudden she's responding and trying to get my attention again. I said, listen, communication, this is a two-way street. This is a relationship. I'm not your boss. Your coach is your boss. Your sponsor's not your boss. Your diamond coach, none of it's your boss. That's the greatest thing about this business. You're your boss. So be a boss. Be a leader. Step up and do what you know what you got to do. Know what you're possible and capable of doing. Know that you're a badass and go get it. What do you give back to the team as your best trait? I want you to really think about what are you best at as a coach? Maybe it's supporting people. How do you give back to the team? How do you bring a different perspective? I attract pros because I know because I think God brought them into my life. I'm not the most outspoken about my religious beliefs, but I believe I've had a lot of you guys brought in my life. Why? To settle me down. Because I am so aggressive, to help me take a step back and say, you know what, I need to think, I need to breathe. I can't just be, But some of you guys need to get a little more aggressive, like a pit bull, and jump at them. You got to do it for yourself. You got to do it to go be aggressive about helping people. You got to be wanted because this business someone's going to approach your friend with that opportunity. If not you, who? How can we improve engagement from you as well as the team is growing? Now, this is something I want you to write down, and it's something I want all of you to come back to. Because, again, we have 20 people on tonight's call. 16 now. We have people falling off. I know the call's going a little late, but I want you to ask yourself, how can we grow as a team? Because, again, it's the more of us that are engaged working together, the faster we all grow. And it shouldn't be up to the diamond leader you have or diamonds or me or whatever. How can we work together to increase and engage the team as a whole? If your coaches aren't showing up for calls, ask them, hey, what exactly is the reason why you're not showing up for calls that we have? You know, how can I make things easier? How can we do things better? And what are you willing to give back to if we do these things to help you? How are you giving back? Again, it's our team. It's a teamwork. Team Beachbody, we are a wonderful team, and I'm so proud of the work we've done. But I know this summer some people fell off, and you know what? I got to say, you know, it's your own darn fault. Now that you're going to be pumping that water pump again, trying to get that water pumping, and God only knows when the money's going to come out of that thing, or the number of lives you're going to be able to influence because of the fact that you stopped using it. Next part is what does Success Club mean to you? What does hitting Success Club mean to you? Some of you guys have never hit Success Club. Maybe it's because you haven't had consistent effort. Maybe, though, you've had a rough month like Molly had, in which, you know what, she talked to more people than she ever did. It just wasn't meant to be at that moment. But here's something that's crazy. If you do the activities on a consistent basis over time, it's amazing what happens in your business because people will say yes slowly but surely. You're going to see success leaves clues. Everybody sees the guy on the professional basketball court playing basketball, shooting those hoops, knocking them down. You see that baseball player up to bat hitting 300. Guess what? They've had so many up to bats. It's incredible. You're going to have clues in your business. With my 19,000 tweets, you're going to see that's there. Next question is, how engaged would you rate yourself with your business? How engaged are you? Are you truly engaged? Are you not just working in the business, but are you working on your business? Are you working to improve? Are you working to improve and enrich and in people's lives? Are you working to be a difference maker? Are you going to be the reason they finish that program? Are you going to be a big part of that reason that they lose that weight? Are you going to be a big part of that reason that that person gets off their diabetic medication? Are you a difference maker? How engaged are you in the team? Are you showing into the tribe every day? Are you becoming an active participant? Are you taking the challenges I put out there, saying, you know, I'm going to try the Energize next month. I'm going to try this next month. You know, giving these products a shot to see what you can have things. What can leadership in the tribe do to make you a better leader so you know that you're building a team that can flourish? You know, that's something I need to do. Maybe I need to improve certain things. I need to work on things. I know it. Sometimes I might call you out on your stuff. Some of you guys don't necessarily need to be called out in the same way. I got to work on that. I don't have the best bedside manner. That's something I can improve on as a leader. There's a lot of things I suck at. Trust me. That's why I'm constantly doing an improvement. But you got to ask yourself, how can I improve? And how can the team help you better? Talk to your sponsor. Talk to your diamond coach. Tell them things that can make things easier and better for you and your team to flourish. Finally, what is the topic you would like to have on a team call? One of the things is somebody on the team said they have a lot of anxiety. And they want to know, how can I deal with anxiety? Because I get anxious when I start thinking about working the business. How can I work through this anxiety? And I told them, I said, you know what? As hard as it sounds with anxiety, you got to do the exercise, be a product of the product, and you just have to step up and make it a natural thing. You know, my daughter has high anxiety, and she's just started preschool, and she is dreading going to class. Dreading it. Oh, my God. She's like, ah. Maybe, you know, but the thing is, it's part of sometimes we have to put ourselves and totally just immerse ourselves. Sometimes it's one of those things that we just don't have a choice. And if your goal and dream and all this is important enough, you're just going to fight through it. So, you know, that's one of the ideas that I had was, again, how can we help the team flourish? How can we make them more engaged? They said, can we have a meet thing? And normally I do the meet and greet in the Building an Empire group, but I wanted to have a meet and greet. Maybe we'll take groups of 10 and just say, hey, who wants to be in the first meeting group? And I'll put you in 5 or 10 people, and that'll be your success team. You know, maybe you'll do certain things, but how can we do it? How can we get anxiety? If you're anxious, you got to just put yourself in position. You have to fight through it. Anxiety sometimes cripples us, but the more we think about things, the more we get scared. I remember in grammar school, I used to be anxious about going to school. After summer off, I'm like, oh crap, I gotta go back to school. Oh, I'm not looking forward to it. What happens if the kids don't like me? Maybe I don't get along. Maybe there's somebody who was bullying me. There's something you have to get through. You have to find a way. Finally, is this. This is the last question I'm going to ask you. How can we together improve as a tribe to increase each other's success? Can we add value to each other, enrich the team, enrich the culture, and become a driving force that other teams, because I'll tell you what, we still have a great team. We have an unbelievable team. I just talked on a 5-star Diamonds call last night, and she only had 7 people on the call that I was talking on, where I think I feel good about 20. I'd love to get this number up to 50 to 100 or whatever, but I feel good because you know what? I think we need to take those steps. So to close this call out, I want you to take these questions I asked, and maybe these are things you need to ask yourself. Maybe you had a chance to write these things down, but I want you to start thinking. I'm going to post these questions to the tribe and let you answer them yourself. If you want to send them to me as a way to improve, send them to your Diamond coach, send them to your sponsor, send them to your Emeralds, send them to your coaches, asking them these same questions yourself. Let's do this together, guys, because I can't do it alone. And I know for a fact we have some amazing, amazing coaches that together we can really build a core team of life-changing impact around the world. So on that note, I really appreciate your guys' time. Thank you, Jody, for an amazing call about not giving up. Thank you to Molly sharing her story. And thank you to all of you for staying on this call that went very long compared to our usual calls. I'm going to post this video on the tribe once I figure out how to post videos from Zoom. But I want to say thank you again. And I look forward to us working together to really improve the culture, really improve our diamonds, and really driving things forward. Have a good night.